Hello, everybody. It's Haley here today. So today I just want to talk a little bit about weight loss. Who is struggling with weight loss right now? I feel like so many people day in and day out are so concerned about their weight. Um, Maybe you've been struggling with it for 20 years now, or maybe 30 or even 40. So we have this really big thing in America we like to call yo-yo dieting. We're all searching for that next thing that can really kick us into that weight loss we've been wanting. Well, today I'm going to share with you three of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're trying to lose weight and how to address this. But before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself so that you know who you're listening to. So, my name is Haley Gibson. I am a registered nurse as well as a functional diagnostic nutritionist. I work at Exodus Health Center as well as DrDockers.com to help people overcome their health challenges and become their optimal functioning being. It's really exciting. So, just a few pictures. The one in the right is a picture of me. And then to the left, you can see myself with my boyfriend's family for Christmas. That was a great day, lots of stuff going on, and just love and excitement. If you look down below that, that is myself with my family in Arkansas. We went there to visit them for Christmas. We got back. We spent like 4 days there in Arkansas at the beginning of January, so we got back just a couple weeks ago. And then to the right of that is our family dog. His name is Rebel. He's our boxer, and we love him. Up above that, you'll see a large group of people. So this is the Mountain Challenge group. This is something we do every Monday night for free. We run up the side of Kennesaw Mountain and incorporate a lot of exercises, and just it's a great experience because of all the people that are there, and you also get a great workout while you're there. So that's just a little bit about me. I consider that my social outing of the week. I can't wait for it to start up again in March. So on to the content. So first, let's talk about calories in versus calories out. This is wrong. And today I just want to address the low fat myth. Every single one of our cells in our bodies have a lipid membrane layer around them, meaning every cell in our body has a fatty layer around it. This is so important for hormone production, healthy cell permeability, which means that we can get in really great nutrients, and then also get rid of our waste efficiently. If we have a rigid membrane full of trans fats or unhealthy fats, or even not enough fats, then we're going to start to see issues with energy production and waste detoxification. So, a low fat diet impairs our ability to make healthy cells, and it also causes hormone malfunction, which causes weight loss resistance. So, calorie restriction, no more. Our bodies are not meant to just do a low fat diet, low carb diet, and live off of just chicken and a little bit of broccoli. That's not what we were intended to do. We really need those healthy fats to create a sense of satisfaction and actually fill up our bellies and promote healthy cellular growth. So no more caloric restriction. We want to enhance our immune function and promote hormonal balance. We do this with a higher fat diet. Now, this is healthy fats. I'm not saying to go out to a fast food restaurant and get those fats. No, this is going to be from avocados, coconut oil, olives, grass-fed cheeses, grass-fed beef, things in that nature. All right. So I really like this slide and what it says. In the 80s and 90s, we were taught that fat makes you fat. But the science has proven that good fats, such as avocados, olives, olive oil, butter from grass-fed cows, grass-fed pasture-raised animal products, and coconut oil, these things actually help us burn fat. They produce satiety. So kind of just reiterating what I was saying before, we need these healthy fats, but they must be from good sources. This is critical. Really, it truly is. So make sure you're getting it from good sources. Another thing that I really like to talk about here is that getting healthy and losing weight is, unfortunately, you have to do it every day. It's not one of those things that you're just like, okay, I'm going to eat healthy for 30 days, lose my weight, and then go back to the lifestyle I was living before. Our bodies were designed to constantly take in healthy nutrition in order to get rid of waste inside of us. So if you're only doing healthy dieting for a short amount of time and you're taking in more bad than you're taking in good, then we're really impairing our body's ability to detox. And it's when we get older that we'll start to see these effects. So once we start getting into our 50s and 60s, this is really when um, the excess waste products are going to start to really take effect on us. It could even show up earlier, as in the 30s and 40s. So this is definitely something that is a lifestyle. All right. So I want to focus on real food. That will be our main source of, our only source of calories, really, unless you're taking additional supplements to help with the omega-3s. I do think fish oil is a necessary supplement. It is very, very hard to get enough omega-3 fatty acids from our diet. Grass-fed beef and grass-fed butter are great sources for omega-3s, but we really need additional sources like fish oil. So basically what this slide is showing us, if we have a low-fat diet, we have poor hormone function. This leads to inflammation and weight loss resistance. Same thing for a high-carb diet. If we're eating a lot of carbs and just running off of blood glucose all day, this is going to lead to poor blood sugar signaling, inflammation, and weight loss resistance. So same thing. So what we want to focus on is a stable blood sugar. So many times we have people who are consuming an immense amount of breads, even if they're healthy breads, like your whole wheat breads that are considered healthy. If you're taking these in, you're causing a spike in your blood sugar. You have an insulin surge in response to that, and this really causes inflammation. So what we want to do is focus on a low-carb diet that has a good amount of healthy fats and healthy proteins, and this is going to help stabilize our blood sugar. We really want our blood sugar to maintain a nice, more of a flat line instead of a roller coaster. So high-fat diet, kind of the same thing that we were talking about with good hormone function. It has anti-inflammatory properties. So when we do these things, when we get our blood sugar stabilized and we have good, healthy hormone functioning because we have adequate amounts of healthy fats in our body, this is going to lead to weight loss. This is the key here. So we really do promote a high-fat diet. And it is very satisfying and very delicious. It is totally doable. All right. So another thing I wanted to touch on was fiber and antioxidants. Both of these are so important to help with blood sugar utilization as well as reducing free radicals in our body. Every time we produce energy, we are also producing free radicals. So if we don't have antioxidants in our diet, we are not reducing these free radicals. Now, when you think of free radicals, what do you think of? Cancer is usually the number one answer I hear right there. So if we have an increase in free radicals every time we produce energy, and we're not ingesting, herbs and even raw chocolate or mold-free coffee or just a lot of non-starchy vegetables to give us the antioxidants that we need to reduce those free radicals, then we're really not doing anything good for our body. So we got to get a lot of vegetables. Mama said eat your vegetables. I'm telling you to eat your vegetables, so please do it. Another thing that we want a lot of minerals, enzymes, specifically chromium as a mineral. So a lot of people are intaking glucose from their food sources, but they're not able to push it inside of their cell. This is because they've developed something called insulin resistance, and this is usually related to a number of things that are going on that whenever glucose approaches the cell, we're not taking it in. So chromium is a great way is a great nutrient to help push the glucose inside of the cell so that we can actually use it. This helps lower blood sugar, stabilize blood sugar, and helps us actually use the glucose that we're taking in. So very important. This is usually a great part of a multivitamin. We use high energy with a good amount of chromium in it. So inflammation damages the cell membranes and it alters hormonal communication processes. When hormone function is impaired, it leads to more inflammation. And for genetically susceptible individuals, it will cause weight loss resistance. So, first point here, do not lower your fat intake. Increase your healthy fat intake. And then we're also going to decrease the amount of carbs we're taking in. So that's the first point. All right. So this is looking at basically the quality of our foods. So the majority of our foods are loaded with now GMOs, pesticides, herbicides, artificial flavoring, preservatives, and chemicals. Fast food has even been shown to have chemicals in it that we use in our cleaning products. Last time I checked, we're not supposed to eat those things, but those things are showing up in our fast food. Now, it was designed to feed the most amount of people for the cheapest. And we're realizing now that by doing that, we really took away from the quality of our foods. So now we really need to be aware of the chemicals and everything inside of our foods, because this does lead to more inflammation and it impairs the communication process, and this can lead to weight loss resistance. That slide should say weight loss resistance up there. So that is really important to focus on. So we want anti-inflammatory nutrients, we want organic, the lowest processed foods, we want real foods in our diet. This is to decrease chemical consumption and increase real food consumption. That's point number 2. All right, point number 2 to helping with weight loss is decrease our chemical consumption and increase real food consumption. All right. The third point I want to talk about is exercise. People are either way overtraining or not training enough. So how do we find this fine line? It has been proven, so low intensity, long duration exercises, such as spending 45 minutes on an elliptical machine, it may help you burn calories, but it does nothing to stimulate the fat burning hormones. So actually, it causes more stress on the body and it negates your body from stimulating the fat burning hormones. So we really want to focus on high intensity interval training. This type of training will stimulate fat burning hormones such as human growth hormone. The more of this hormone production that you have, the greater the fat metabolism you will have throughout the whole day. It also doesn't stimulate a large adrenal stress response, so you're not eliciting a large amount of cortisol to sustain a short burst of energy for exercise. So we want to focus on using large muscle groups, squats, deadlift, bench, pull-ups, push-ups, things of this nature. But you're only going to do these things for 15 to 30 minutes. So you can create a circuit. You can utilize some strength training in it. You can also do a little bit of cardio. Do burpees with a push-up. That's a great overall exercise for the body. And you only need 15 to 30 minutes a day. You know, take out watching that one half an episode on Netflix and dedicate it to getting healthy. Dedicate it to bettering yourself so that you can perform at a more optimal level. Just 15 to 30 minutes a day, 4 to 6 times a week. That's really all you need to have optimal functioning. Marathon runners, so like I mentioned before, I'm a nurse and I would run into a lot of marathon runners in the hospital once they get older. You know, they ran miles and miles and miles, always so healthy, always training, and now all of a sudden they're not really able to walk. Their joints are worn out, and they've developed weight loss resistance. Well, this is because marathons are extremely stressful on the body. You have to be extremely smart about the way you're training in order to prevent any kind of deterioration of the body while we're doing this type of training. So really we should be careful of overtraining, finding that sweet spot in the middle, and we just want you to do high intensity interval training for 15 to 30 minutes, 4 to 6 days a week. So that was tip number 3. Those are the 3 biggest tips right there. Higher fat diet, quality of our foods, and high intensity interval training. So that concludes this presentation. Hope you enjoyed it. So this is myself and Dr. David Jockers, the owner of Exodus Health Center and drjockers.com. We do work with patients long distance as well as locally. We will happily do an evaluation with you, look over any labs that you've gotten done, and help you with nutrition and customized planning for your life. Everyone is different. This is not cookie cutter, so we like to help you figure out what works best for you and how to get you there. So my email is nutrition@drjockers.com. If you would like to speak with me, just shoot me an email. I'd be happy to hear from you. Again, that email is nutrition@drjockers.com. You can also find a lot of great information at drjockers.com. So thank you. I hope you have a great day.